Every time I make my cold brew coffee, somebody asks to see how it's done. And I always say, okay, sure, I'll show you, and then I forget. So this is me remembering and actually having a chance to do it, so I'll show you. It's very simple, stupid simple, and I don't even use any of the fancy stuff that's out there. And they have some really cool, fancy cold brew carafes and stuff that you could buy. I use empty jars. Spaghetti sauce and olives, I think. Yeah, that's all you need. And I use whatever coffee you want. And for these size jars, which I don't know, I'm thinking they're probably, what is a spaghetti sauce jar? 20 ounce? Somewhere between 16 and 24 ounces? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. You know, this size, just an average size mason jar. And for this size, I put in 6 scoops of coffee, and that's my scoop. I guess it's just a regular tablespoon scoop. So I put 6 of these, kind of heaping into each jar. I can't talk while I do this or I'll lose count. 3. There we have it. I do 2 at the same time. And you can use bigger jars. If you use bigger jars, use more coffee. It really the amount of coffee to water in your brew doesn't matter all that much because you're making a concentrate. From that concentrate, you're going to make your cup of coffee or your iced coffee or whatever. So if your concentrate is weak, you're going to use more concentrate. If you make it too strong, you just use less. Okay, so don't stress over the ratio of coffee to water in your little brewing containers. I have to count again. 1. So, once you get the coffee into your fancy jars, then you're going to add water. Like if you're a coffee snob, which I'm not judging, that's fine. Some are very particular about their coffees. You can use filtered water, distilled water, whatever kind of water you want. I just use tap water. Okay, fill them all the way up with water. Put the lid on. I give it just a few gentle shakes just to make sure all of the grounds are wet. And then what you're going to do is just leave these alone for at least overnight, at least 8 hours, up to 24 hours. So it's like mid-morning right now, well, 9:30, something like that. So I'm going to leave these until tomorrow morning, about 24 hours. And then at that time, I'll show you what to do next. All you need is some kind of a container to put your concentrate in, and I use one with a lid or something that you can keep in the fridge because this will keep a couple of weeks. And a funnel and a couple of filters. So as soon as this is ready tomorrow morning, I will come back and we'll finish making our concentrate. Now to finish our cold brew coffee, here's what we're going to do. These have set almost 24 hours. I just left them overnight. And I need some kind of a container. I have a couple. This one I funnel into because I funnel with it. But this is the one I like to keep in the fridge because it pours easier. This one drips when you pour. This one doesn't. So I got that one at IKEA. I got that one at Marshall's, I think. Didn't pay more than a couple of dollars for either of them. But you just need some kind of container and your funnel and a couple of coffee filters. And what I do is I take a filter, I fold it in half and then in half again, like that, just so that it's the right shape for the funnel. Stick it down in the funnel. Then take one of my jars and I'm at a weird angle, so I'm trying to make sure you can see. There we go. Open it up and then just filter it into your container. And that's all there is to it. You know, it takes it a while to filter through, and I just keep adding until it's done. And then this will be your coffee concentrate. So when you go to make your actual cup of coffee, you just add, I use this size cup, and I usually put about that much concentrate in there. This depends on how strong it is. About that much. And then the rest, well, up to there with water. And then heat it up, and then I add my creamer. Yeah, I add like that much creamer. So I drink mostly creamer with just a touch of coffee in it. But that's all you do. It's about fill your cup up about a quarter of the way, and then the rest with water, and then if you leave a little extra for your creamer, that works out about right. Now, once you have filtered both of your jars of concentrate, you're left with this little thing, which you can put in the fridge, and it will last you a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, it will stay good, and however long it lasts you just depends on how much coffee you drink. This actually lasts me about 2 weeks because I only drink 1 cup a day. So, there you have it. Then, you can take your coffee filters and the excess grounds, and you can toss them out, you can compost them, whatever, or you can spread them out on some paper and make some interesting coffee dyed papers. So that's what I've done. I just added a little bit of water into the jar that had the grounds still left there, and then poured them onto these papers, grounds and all, layered them. This is some Tomoe River paper, which you can get online. I recommend from Jet Pens. That's where I got mine. And then I just put some dictionary pages, layered those in between. And I will probably set this outside to let it dry, or at least mostly dry, because that sets the pattern in there. So that's what will happen with those. That's about all there is to it. I'll grab this because it was handy. Whoop. That's okay. I have Amodex. That will just clean that right up. I just don't worry about stains anymore now that I have Amodex. So, that's all there is to it. Now you know how to make cheap and easy cold brewed coffee and make good use of the leftover coffee grounds too. So I will take these outside, let them dry, and then at the end I will show you how they end up looking. You can put in the refrigerator, which you can put in the fridge. Which you can put in the fridge.